plug in my headphones. Oh shit, where are they?
Oh shit. Alrighty then. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gents. I got the OGs with Alexis and Nicole, and we're going to be talking about a lot of things today. We're going to be covering some WWE stuff we haven't had a chance to cover in a little while. And then we're going to talk about AEW and their lawsuit. We're also going to talk about Lucha Underground and its return, and we will also talk about Slammiversary and Forbidden Door coming in June. And they're both on the same day. But there might be a little silver lining with that, so we'll get into it. Now, look, WWE has been under fire as of lately for many things. But we're going to first start off with the pay cuts, okay? From what I understand, the pay cuts happened with over a dozen superstars. Some of those stars were on the chopping block to be cut. And if they did not accept the 50% pay cut to their contract, they would have been released from WWE. They chose to take the pay cut, so that is why they are still there. The other people who were actually released were released because WWE felt like they couldn't justify their contracts, so they let them go. Now, in the news, we saw that not only did Nick Khan receive a new deal and a major pay increase, but so did Ari Emanuel, and so did, what is the other guy's name that works
asshole number 3?
He owns God. He's the owner of the Blue Jays, or the manager. I know his name. It's Mark something. Mark Shapiro. I think that's his name. Hold on. Yeah, that's his name.
Yes.
So these are all top executives of TKO. So you have Ari Emanuel, Mark Shapiro, and Nick Khan. Ari Emanuel is this TKO CEO. Mark Shapiro is the TKO president. Okay, and WWE president is Nick Khan. And then you have Triple H, who is supposed to be head of creative. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys where their pay increases happened. I did have Triple H's, but I can't find it. But he also got a pay increase, just so you guys can have some clarity and some understanding here. Oh, God, freeze. Okay, finally. Let me get this up for y'all. Hold tight, y'all. It's moving slow. My computer. she's not happy today.
Technology is never happy.
Ooh, Darby Allin is working. I know that's right, Darby.
Apparently, he's been winning a lot of people over with this. Now that with the title
he show up and wrestle every weekend. I can't say that for a lot of world champions across quite a few different companies. So honestly, hats off to you, pal. Mm-hmm. I watched that match. I was at that fucking golf thing. I was like, what is this? They were
Which
like
one
fighting
is
in like a golf pit. But it was great, but it was so funny. I said, this is so absurd, and this is such like a picture of like what professional wrestling is, because it was just so absurd. It's like it's like a show, and you got a fucking ring, and then you got these two people. One of them has on jorts and tights.
Oh Lord!
With face paint, and they're fighting each other in the middle of a golf pitch. I'm so sorry, Tiff. Continue. I'm so sorry.
Hold on.
Or is it still not loading? Where are they at? This looks like a really bro. Why don't they jump him?
I don't know.
It looks like they're also they look like they're at a Kia dealership. What is this car setup? Some of these Jeeps. Wait a second. Where are they at?
Oh my god, this dog. Why does he keep barking like this? Hi, Rory.
There's a damn cat. They literally he look like it looks like they're in a car dealership. What city are they at?
I don't know.
I'm gonna lose my shit if they're in like Detroit and fucking New Day shows up. This don't look like anything Detroit though, so I don't think they're at Little. They usually go to Little Caesars Arena. This doesn't really look like it.
Well, getting to the whole thing with Mark Shapiro and all them, they got paid, and a lot of people basically had their jobs hung over their heads to be like, well, either you take the pay cut or you don't work here anymore, which is a really shitty thing to do to the people that, the reason why we watch your show in the first fucking place. We're not watching it for you.
Well, that's capitalism for you, unfortunately.
And I know, and we live in a capitalist society, I know, but it's still just like,
it is icky.
Pisses me the fuck off.
Yeah.
It's just like you're holding people's. First thing you do is you're taking money away from people who, that's their money, that's them taking care of their family, taking care of themselves. But then you're just like, again, holding their job feet to the flame, where it's like, ooh, if you don't do this, you don't have a job. And that's actually something really big, kind of trying to tie it together with like one of my new freaking whatever. A lot of voice actors are starting to come out and telling stories like that, like, oh, you can be in this game, but like you have to take half of what you fucking make. And even though you could be like in a huge ass game that came out like a year ago, but they'll try to be like, well, you can do it, but we're not going to pay you the amount to do it. And I'm just like, what the fuck? No, I don't fucking think so.
Yeah. It's just like,
when you look at their pay, Ari Emanuel got a 272% pay increase. He went from 18 million to 67 million.
That's real crazy.
Mark Shapiro's pay increase is up by 33%. He went from 32 million to 43 million. And then Nick Khan got the biggest pay increase. He went from 6 million to 24 million. And he got a 304% pay increase. This is between 2024 and 2026. God knows, 2025, God knows what their contracts say it is right now. But that was the pay increase.
Nick Khan was only making 6
million.
I'm shocked. I'm honestly shocked. 24, honestly, for him makes sense to me because I thought that's what he would have from jump.
No. Then you have TKO executive. He's a CFO, so he's a chief financial officer. His name is Andrew Schleimer, and he has an 198% pay increase. He went from 8 million to 23 million in his pay increase. So these are per the SEC filings that detail the compensation structure for each of the executives. Emmanuel's massive haul comes mostly from stock awards, from what they say. He made $43 million in 2025 and over $40 million again in 2023, but he just made $2.5 million in 2024 due to the stocks.
Okay, that was going to be my thing. So is this is this a monetary and stocks, or is this their salaries? Sorry, I'm going to rephrase that. That makes sense. Is the salary just their base salary, like what they're getting, or is it a combination of what they have in stock options and what their actual salary is?
So it's a combination of both from what I'm reading. It
Okay.
sounds like what they're reporting as salary also comes from the bonuses from the stock awards that they get. So when it comes to like Emmanuel's salary, they say that his salary is listed on their website at on the SEC filings as $3 million.
Okay, so
And
that's
then
what.
he's making like 43 million off of the stocks that he owns in the company.
Okay.
That is why I say a lot of times the headlines can be very, very misleading. You have to read, because the further you
Okay,
go
and
down
that's
into
what I
this,
was about to start saying. So not to make this about me, but
mm-hmm,
at my current job, the one of the ways they got me to sign on was, even though I was not getting the full salary, just to be transparent, even though I was not given like the full salary of what I would have wanted originally, I got some other incentives added on. One of those is that I got stock options.
Hmm.
Um, so a lot of the times, and that's what my company did, because they couldn't necessarily pay me out all at once like what I wanted. Like obviously I'm like to what I want now, because I got we've had bonuses and whatever since then. Um and what they do to quote to make that up, because that's not money, even though it says it's money, it's low-key not real money yet.
yeah,
And that quote unquote was to make up for the full, was supposed to encompass the full salary that I originally asked for. So again, yes, they are getting paid out, or quote unquote, yes, they do get, like they do quote unquote get money for like for the stock options for what they have. But depending on how TKO set up, how their stock options are, that might not even be money that they even have, like cat like have, and I mean like have in hand, like they can access
physically have,
directly.
yeah,
They can't, the access that they can access through like um yeah, their bank account or whatnot. And to, especially even to pay out, because to get, even since that price point is so high, that is such a process to even get a percentage of that out taken. Like it's a very, very, I don't,
yeah.
and this is for also me telling you, people, when you get to some job and they want you to accept a whole bunch of stock options, you might not ever be able to fully access that amount. So, and that's the one thing that gets really tricky with stock options when it comes to that, because if the market crashes, or as we see, like it goes up and down
They
for
lose
them,
it.
you lose, it's gone. That shit does not
It's gone.
exist.
Do y'all remember Dogecoin when it got really
Yep.
Oh my
popular?
god, fuck that
And it was
fucking
like
thing.
at its peak and everybody was like really excited for the stock. So they reinvested in there. Well, I had a cousin, he had like $11,000. And by the end of the night, it was gone because he didn't cash out.
Oh my,
It's there,
oh
it's
my
very
god.
risky.
Yeah.
So
So
all,
so
all I'm
that's
saying
what
is I'm not
people.
picking up for WWE.
Oh no, hell no. They're still evil. Oh shit,
They're
I'm
still
sorry,
shitty
cat.
people.
Yeah.
It's just
But they ain't got it all
there's
like
more
that.
information. Yeah, it's more information in
Uh,
here because they're not giving you all of the facts. I don't know truly what their base salary is. We would have to look up the SEC filings, and I hate looking at
I don't like doing that.
financial reports.
It's too much work.
I hate it. I hate
I
it.
do
It's
sometimes when I really gotta prove a point with someone, when I'm mad at them. But I'm not.
because
I
you
don't. I
have to
don't care
look at
about them people
everything.
enough.
You got to go through all of the paperwork. You have to
It's a fucking
really
nightmare.
home through it. It's not fun. It's not fun to look at. So to make it so that you understand, we're not taking up with it, but you need to know the facts. You need to know the truth because everybody is reporting on what they have read on Twitter, on Facebook, and they're not getting the full picture of it, right? And then there are articles that are giving you the information, but you're not reading past the headline. You're not reading past the overall in terms of their overall. So in this article, I'll give you the link in the description. Well, I'll give it to you in the chat box if you want to pull it up so you can read it for yourself because you got to know how to read, children. You need to read, okay? It's imperative that you
Mm-hmm.
read,
No, like we
right?
especially, and I hate to drag on to this, we are also in the first time in like American history where the newest generation is less intelligent than the previous one. That has
And
never happened.
and to be, man, I'm seeing it like I'm telling you, like mom to Gen Alpha here, because I guess that's the next one that's coming up. I'm gonna tell you, some of these kids, these kids are they're either gonna be brain rot motherfuckers, or they're gonna be what some of the smartest kids ever, because it's like there's actual parents that are like, hey, you're not doing that shit. And it's so bad because it's just I saw this video today and it's like parenting win. And it was this kid walking around Costco, had to be no more than like 3 years old, walking around Costco eating a bag of chips. I'm thinking, oh, that's cute, kid's living his best life. And I thought the mom had a purse. Mom turned around and it was an iPad case, like connected to straps. And the kid, every time the mom turned, the kid walked around to watch the iPad. I'm like, are you fucking the? It's dumb shit like that that's making these kids dumb.
Here's where this shit gets a little sticky for the executives. What they get are target bonuses from TKO. So, taking Ari Emanuel, for example, he has a target bonus of $7 million. Shapiro has a bonus at $6 million. Then there are beyond performance metrics. TKO granted Emmanuel an additional discretionary bonus in the amount of $11.8 million due to the company's strong performance and the fact that the stock is up at 86% since its inception. And Shapiro's discretionary bonus was $5 million. So they are getting bonuses for how well the company is doing, but that money is not being reallocated back into the company. It's going into
Mm-mm.
the execs' pockets. Meanwhile, they're having to cut salaries for people who perform to make the company keep rolling. That part is very, 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 very disappointing to me. You are
Hmm.
asking people who
Yeah.
maintain your business. The business model is built off of the backs of the wrestlers. Let's just be very clear. Okay. And you're asking them, hey, we need you to take a pay cut while you're going around cities and going around overseas, selling out arenas, selling out merch because their face is on
Yep.
it. Okay.
And
You're
we ain't
selling
paying
out
to see fucking Mark
merchandise.
Shapiro.
No, you're selling out merchandise because you have these superstars who make the business. Without them, you don't have a business model, you lose it. And if they were smart, they would all band together and stop immediately. I am so serious. Like, all of you need to sit down and talk to each other and not also like what y'all did storyline wise with the people power. Yeah, do it. Do it together.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gotta take this shit
Form
over
a
because
union.
at this point, they're playing in your face because there's no way I'm taking a pay cut and I'm the one who's putting in the work here. You don't have to slam your mat on the back. You don't have to do none of that shit. It's like working in a fucking factory. You guys, some of y'all may not remember because you're not old enough to remember. But back in the day, like with General Motors, like even with the food companies like Frito Lay, Pepsi, Coca Cola, like them people used to walk out.
Mm-hmm.
Them people used to walk
Nope,
out
they did.
together and they would be out there picketing for months until they came to an agreement. a union, and if they felt like their pensions weren't correct, or if they felt like they were getting dipped over with their PTO time, with just like literal anything, vacation time, they were going and picketing for the smallest minor things. They didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a shit. Okay, y'all got to pull it together. Now look, I know some of them niggas selfish because they living nice and they sitting pretty, and I'm be honest, Roman one of them. I'm putting you out there. You one of them, nigga. You are one of them. Okay, but y'all got to think about the bigger picture. We're talking about y'all livelihood and the future of the business. You are supposed to leave the business better than when you came into it. Okay. Now, is it better than when Terry Bollea and them was there? Yeah. Yeah, it's better, but it ain't where it's supposed to be. It ain't where it need to be. And
that ball-headed fraud. That ball-headed fraud has still set wrestling back 30 years by the shit that he pulled.
This is ridiculous. And I'm not saying, like I said before, and like Nicole said, absolving them of anything, but like I said, you have to read this. You can't just go off of what everybody is saying. But they are getting a lot of money, and they're not getting it from just salaries. A lot of them have invested in WWE, and they have those stocks in TKO. A lot of them are getting bonuses while the company is in massive debt, which to me makes absolutely no fucking sense. I'm not going to give you a bonus and y'all are operating to its core. That's not a good business model. That's not a good business model. You shouldn't be getting no bonuses until that debt is not outweighing your profit. If your debt outweighs your profit, you're in trouble. Period. So fix that before you start giving out bonuses, because you got nice little to this week. You got to operate and the shit is working real nice for you. Y'all took a massive sting in the balls with WrestleMania. You'll never admit it publicly, but we all know what happened. Y'all had seats covered with black tarp during Mania. Okay,
we're not stupid. Just because we're wrestling fans means we're not stupid. We saw that shit.
We took a hit this year with Royal Rumble because you had it over in Saudi. Y'all had seats covered with tarps then. You're not paying attention. You're not listening. And if you don't get your shit together, you're not only going to start losing numbers with people watching the show, you're also going to start losing money with tickets being sold. And that's when you really going to get hit. That's when you're going to get in trouble. So you better start fixing shit now. Yeah, you got Trick Williams and the great people there that's coming from your NIL program, but listen, you done lost 2 lifers in New Day. I ain't never in my life thought that fucking Kofi and Xavier was leaving. Never in a day. But y'all done gave them their own papers to walk like they're not commodities. Like they're not somebody to be coveted in that company. Alexis, Nicole, y'all can have it because that shit pissed me off.
I'm just like, I was telling these two before we went on the air. You had one of the best tag teams in current WWE. I'm gonna pause my game because this is how serious I'm getting about.
It's not even WWE. It's like of this generation of wrestling at this point.
It's just it's just like that bald fraud has been dead for how many months, and his ghost is still hanging over wrestling because he fucked it up decades ago when they wanted to do when they were talking about unions in the first place. That man, I don't care if he's dead. I will never get my boot off that man's neck, and he fucking knows it. And when I die and go to hell, he's gonna be one of the first people I go to punch in the face.
Oh my god, Alexis!
Like legit,
crazy.
I'm serious. He has fucked over wrestling for wrestlers. Like it's not as bad as it was. It wasn't as bad as it was, 30 years ago or something like that. That's great, but it's like now you're telling me you have the fucking New Day. The guys who broke Demolition's tag team run. And Demolition, just tells you how good. Demolition could have been one of them old head groups that were bitter, that, new blood took out there. Demolition was proud of them. They came and told them, hey, great job. You guys deserve to be record holders. The build up to Kofi Mania was insane. And then and I'm telling you, and I told Tiff this last week, Nicole, I bet you $50 fucking dollars they wanted some of that source income coming from up, up, down, down. I bet you more than anything they wanted a slice of that. And you're gonna let two of your greats, Kofi, who has been holding your shit down for 17 fucking years, but maybe more, if my math is wrong, you're gonna let you're gonna let someone like that walk out, and Hunter, listen to me, Paul, terrorizing, whatever the fuck you're going by this week. You need to grow a pair of balls and get your fucking company back, because TKO, and I know people throw this online, but it's a fucking, at this point it's true. TKO is going to fucking ruin WWE. You had to take a wash for Royal Rumble. You took a wash with WrestleMania. Guess what? Next year you're going to Saudi for Mania. No person in their right mind, in the political climate that we're having right now, because unless that orange piece of shit dies in office, probably still won't even be better if that happens. But with the political climate that we have right now, no one in their sane right mind is going to go to Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania. And to be honest, looking at the match card, there was maybe 2-3 matches worth going to Las Vegas for. So if you're gonna have the shit in Saudi, that better be good matches. Just putting that out there. But it legit pisses me off that we're not paying. Like, they were just in my hometown for Raw last night.
Mm-hmm.
And I read, I go on Reddit and I read shit. And someone was there and they said half the stadium wasn't even sold. This is Monday Night Raw coming to a town they hardly come to. And you're telling me they could not sell that shit out? Insanity. Absolutely fucking insanity. And it's just like, we're not paying to see fucking Mark Shapiro and all those fucking guys. We're paying to see Kofi, Xavier, Rhea, Soul, Izzy Dame, Shiloh, fucking hell, that's who we're here to see. We're not here to see y'all. These are the people that are keeping your fucking lights on. And it's bad enough, I think I read today, where Alberto, oh wow, that sounded really white coming out of my mouth, where Los Lotharios is leaving WWE too. Like, they're gone.
And that's why they got squashed by Oba Monday?
That's the rumor. I can't 100%, but that's the rumor that I'm hearing. And it's just like, you guys don't.
Am I surprised? No, because they got like, beat up Monday, like just tossed around like rag dolls Monday.
It was basically they were being jumped by one man. Like, but
it's like, we're fucking wrestlers in WWE. They're gonna be looking at all NXT people in a minute.
We have no tag division. We have no tag division. Our tag division right now is Austin Theory and a YouTuber past his prime. And they need to stop bringing in Bianca.
Old school Justin Bieber haircut.
I'm telling you, they need to stop talking about Bianca, because that shit's low key pissing me off. It's not even heat, like, go home heat like we used to do with Baron, Tom, because he was a good wrestler, but man, he was annoying as shit. But this is like, you need to stop talking about this man's wife, because combined, both of you, Bianca Belair has done more in WWE in her short career than both of you have done.
Mm.
So you're talking about, Montez needed to come back and someone couldn't pay the bill. Bitch, when's the last time you were in a match that anyone actually cared about? To see, Montez is better than me, because I'd be ripping into both of them, especially Logan Paul. I'd be like, I know you ain't talking, considering word on the street is your wife got ran through by half of Hollywood and out aged Leonardo DiCaprio. So
Well,
you really shouldn't be
well,
running your mouth at me talking about my wife, because I'll talk about
I
yours
would
if
have
you
been
want me
talking
to.
that shit. I would tore Austin Theory up. I'm like, you and your green panties need to be quiet.
And
Okay?
he said this, and he's been
You
saying
need
the
to be
same shit
quiet.
on
I
like
would have
Twitter
tell
and shit.
him,
And I'm like,
and I would, you know what I would have said to him, and this would probably would have flew over a lot of people's heads till like later. And I
Mm,
love jokes like that. I would have told him to get him and his brown fingers out of my face and mind his business.
period.
oh,
Come
I
Period.
forgot
circle.
about that.
That's it. Yep. That's what I'm saying.
I
Send them all
forgot
to
about
Carl.
that.
That's a wait a second.
Uh
She ate.
huh.
She ate.
I mean, like
Because
you talking
that
shit,
Yeah.
because
but
those
like,
jokes that's was really gonna stick because that's when people on the internet start figuring out, and then when people on the internet
Mm-hmm.
figure it out,
mm-hmm.
that's
Oh,
when you start
bitch.
having that's when you start
Oh, bitch,
having
it's over.
issues.
It's over.
And I will give him
I
the
just,
and I am more than happy to give him those issues.
And I don't
but
blame
it's
you.
like we don't have y'all have completely gutted the men's tag division. We have no women's tag division. You might as well just put them women's
Well,
tag
no,
belts
they
back at
do.
Now
NXT.
the women's tag
There's no
division
main
is
event.
better.
There's no main
Right.
event division because they're all in a tag division.
Correct.
Literally.
Correct.
And
That's what the problem
it's just
is.
like, and then like Raquel comes out there on like last week or Monday, and she tells Paige, "Oh, I can't wait for your next whatever, your next controversy." And I'm like, "Bitch, I'm still waiting for you to be relevant. What are you doing, Raquel?"
And when Roxanne was
Exactly,
trying to call
girl.
them old, I'm like, Raquel's older than Paige.
Yes.
Raquel is 2 years older than Paige.
I was like,
I
Raquel
know
is the second. I was like, I got mad. That's when I got pissed because I said Raquel is the second oldest bitch in that ring. The fuck.
that.
Yep.
And
Uh-huh.
that's what
Yep.
people. I can't believe I'm like saying something nice about Paige, but that lady did a lot of shit while she was young, and I mean like good wise, like
Well,
positively.
she was young
Like
though. We're talking like 19, 18, 19 years
yes, she
old.
was a
Mm-hmm.
bait,
She
and
wasn't
then
like
in
25.
hindsight, all her wild and out, and unfortunately, a lot of stuff that happens to her makes sense. But then it makes me side eye even more people because I was
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
like, especially that tape situation.
Yep.
I'm really
Yeah.
looking some people sideways because in high, like older, I'm like, she was really young.
Yeah.
Extremely.
And now I'm like, I don't like that. I didn't like it
Nope.
I just
but now as I'm like older, I was like, I really don't like that.
Nope.
and y'all know I don't ride for this woman at all. I don't care
Yeah.
much for Paige, but I'm just like, you gonna come out here
I
and say
think
this? Okay, Miss
I think
MAGA
in
Latino
Paige's
bitch.
case, like I'm not mad at her. I don't like some of the things she's done on social media and some of the men she advocates for when she's with them. But that's, to be honest, that's just my own personal preference. I do think that a lot of things contributed to Paige's behavior. And then like if other
Oh
people
yeah.
could get a chance to change and to move in a different direction, then I say you may not like her now, but give her a chance to prove you wrong. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Like you ain't gotta be parasocial attached to the woman, but at least give her a chance to, like, okay, we gonna see what you do. If you fuck up again, that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not giving you no more
I
chances. I'm
mean,
done with this. But
no, and
I mean, we was
maybe she
19,
has mellowed out.
like we was 19, 20, a lot of we was doing some shit. Like, and I mean all of her shit was on TV or done in the public eye. She didn't have a chance to do it under the anonymity of just being a teenager like we did. So
Yeah, I know.
that's
It's just
why
the thing that got.
I kind of give her a little bit. I don't give her a lot. Because some of the
Yeah.
men she date are fucking crazy. Okay? Some of them just crazy. But and
I
they're a
just
little racist. Some of them
my
just a
thing,
little racist.
but my thing is just like, how much do they not understand? Because they're like, well, I'll finish up my rant and then Nicole can go. But it's like my whole thing is just like, y'all are really pissing in the same bowl that you be eating it from. Like, you're really going to keep thinking we're going to sit here and enjoy it. And you know what? There will be people who will just be sitting there mindless and enjoying it. And you know what? The only thing really keeping me watching WWE right now, I don't have to worry about Danhausen anymore. That man's got money coming out of his fucking ears right now, and I'm fucking ecstatic for him. But like,
Yeah.
I'm here watching for Soul, and because Soul Ruka is gonna be great, and Jacob. That's the only two people why
I
I've been
love
keeping up
Jacob.
with WWE. Because I'll tell you this, MLW came to Chattanooga last weekend for Mother's Day, and I was like, oh shit! And I went to see if there was tickets. It was sold out. And you know how much their
They
tickets were
connected
for
a
VIP? And you know what you
What
know
was
how
the
much they
ticket?
were asking for? It was VIP for MLW, $45.
Hmm.
General admission, well, most of it was sold out. I think VIP was 50 because the only thing they had left was standing general admission for $35.
Hmm. People
And
are
I'm
going
like,
to start speaking louder and louder, and once they do, it's going to be too late.
and then they're gonna, yeah, then no one's gonna be showing up. I mean, you got your big like, and then they're like, oh, the year after, they go to Saudi, they're coming to Nashville, but it's like it's kind of gonna be a little too late because that's gonna be 2 years of WrestleMania failure, and then you're thinking coming to Nashville is gonna fix all that. No, it's not.
Hmm. Nicole, you're the last one, babe. So then we're
I
gonna
feel
move
like
on.
everybody pretty much said, and I felt like I gave my 2 cents, giving everyone infos about actual stock options. But yeah, I mean, it's just trash. It is what it is. Capitalism sucks.
Mm-hmm.
True that. Speaking of capitalism, this one directly affects me because of how I have to do commentary over on Instagram. But WWE has hired outside companies to hunt for clips or anything online, and they are not just striking you, they are cutting your whole channel or you're taking your entire page down. So if you're streaming and you want to stream and then add the clips of what you saw on your page, you're going to get strike. It's happened with major streamers. Some of the streamers I like have just completely stopped streaming WWE content altogether. You cannot switch over to AEW and do the same thing. Some streamers was like,
Nope.
well, just stream AEW. You will get struck down with AEW too. They're
Yep.
all doing it. This is not just a WWE thing, but WWE is nasty. WWE is taking down entire pages. Entire pages are being struck down. Entire YouTube channels that have been up for years that was built. And maybe they do like WWE streaming on the side. They're cutting them down. Like literally, they're having to fight to try to get their goddamn channels back. And by the time they get it back, because you have that strike on your account, the algorithm is not going to push your video, not even to your subscribers. Okay. I know because it's happened to me on Instagram because of AEW. I was doing commentary on AEW. I literally sat in my house and filmed the show that day. I watched it. And the next day, I got a strike. And it wasn't just
Yep.
like copyright strike, you got to take this down. This has WWE content in it. No, it was an intellectual property strike, meaning I stole their content and passed it off as my own. And they snatched everything down. They snatched it down. So then that caused my page to no longer be pushed on the algorithm, which means you won't find me on the Explorer page. I won't pop up in any of your feeds. And that this has been going on now for years. And I've had to fight to try to keep my channel, keep my page just functioning. Whereas people who have come behind me and are doing the same thing as me are having 40 and 50,000 followers by the time, and I'm still stuck at 8,000. And all I was doing was just talking about the show. I wasn't even dogging AEW out. That's the crazy part. And I usually be on their ass. And I wasn't. I was literally having fun watching the show and talking about it. And I got struck down because of it. Haven't been right since. So the only way you're going to circumvent this, if you're streaming, you cannot have WWE in your video in any way, shape, or form.
I never seen Brian Cage look. I've never seen him with a beard. He need a shave day. He low key look like Joey Ryan.
Hell,
Ew.
I got scared.
Nicole, please.
I'm being dead. I know I'm being serious. Look at him. Hold
That's
on.
gross. That's gross, Nicole.
I'm cheap, so I don't have AEW on my TV. I'm watching on a laptop. See, like, look, ooh, don't look at my face. Hold on.
Oh, ew. Okay, turn it off.
I don't want to see it.
Turn it off.
Told you, he looks like him. He needs shave. He need to do something. Oh my god.
Melissa, you let him out of the house like this.
Ooh. And he don't look
You okay?
bad, but he looks too similar. And from like a distance, it's scary.
Ew.
Okay.
I think if he had clothes on, it wouldn't be so bad, honestly.
He had clothes on. I just think it's bullshit because, I just think it's bullshit because they always, for a while, they were always showing like clips of people reacting to something major going on in their show, and now all of a sudden they're pulling that shit down. It makes no sense.
And then that's the kicker part. They're using those people's clips. Reactions to their content. They're using that in the beginning of Monday Night Raw. They just had a bunch of content creators, clips from all of their shows. I mean, from, what was it, Backlash? They just had that pop up on Monday. Reaction content to last week's Monday Night Raw. Reaction content to Backlash. They put all that shit up. So, like, I'm like, how are you striking these people's accounts and then still using their fucking content? That's crazy. Is that not crazy? I would tell them, I would send them a cease and desist. Like, you can't use my content if I'm not allowed to make content on yours. Like, get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? So this is causing a lot of people, a lot of streamers to be pretty pissed off about it. The only way you're going to circumvent this is this. You can't show anything of WWE's in the camera at all. Even when you get clips of your content, you're editing it and you want to post it in short order form on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, wherever, you can't put clips of WWE and the match in there. You can't do that. They're going to strike you down immediately. If you post right after it goes live or during the show, I'm hearing they're striking your account down as well. The way I've been able to get around it, because I did mine on Monday. I still did it. The only way you're going to be able to do it is put your face on camera and just talk about what you see. Same way you do anything else. Like, you sometimes in the background you can hear mine, and if I get struck for that, then so be it. I have a backup page, and I've already told everybody about my backup page. It's gonna be difficult to grow again, but I have a backup page. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna make the biggest deal out of it. I still have my YouTube channel. I'm still able to do YouTube because I don't do reaction content on my YouTube. I simply go live after the show and we talk about it in the after show form. And that's where I'm going to stay if they decide that they want to do some bullshit. I hear they're still sweeping social media and cutting down content creators. And a lot of content creators are just like, yeah, we're not doing it. We're not going to do any streaming. We'll just go stream something else. We'll look at other stuff. We'll react to TNA. We'll talk about MLW, but we're not doing anything else. I'm like, the backbone of your business model for the last couple of years, streamers have been boosting WWE for the last couple of years, and they know this. So not only are they cutting people's noses, but they're getting ready to cut their revenue in half, because a lot of people started discovering WWE because of streamers. Podcasters started discovering it because of streamer clips going viral over on TikTok. My stuff going viral on TikTok, other streamer stuff going viral on TikTok. That shit is happening. It's not because of WWE. WWE just started using fucking TikTok. They didn't use that shit before. So
nope.
You do what you want to do. I will say this, and I'm done with it. I don't watch wrestling because it's a corporation. I watch it because I enjoy the wrestlers and I like to support the wrestlers. However, I don't mind taking a break.
Good.
I don't mind taking a break for a little while. I don't mind sitting at home chilling for a little bit, not having to watch wrestling every week. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it can become a job. Okay? I don't mind just taking a little break, because it'll be fuck y'all in a minute. I'm just saying, I'll drop your ass real fast on some Sagittarius shit. I don't give a fuck. I will just
yeah, you are my favorite Sagittarius. You are my favorite Sagittarius.
Like, well, that's the end of that. Guess we're gonna be talking about TV shows in this bitch, because I'm not watching it. I don't feel like it. So that's the way that's gonna be. What y'all think? Well, how do y'all feel about the streamers being slapped with? They being blacklisted. They being cut completely.
I mean, I honestly, and I hate to say it, I saw this. This is low key a long time coming. I'm not a single thing about this was surprising. It's unfortunate, but it's not surprising. And I think, and then this isn't just like that's good that you mentioned like AEW too, because that's what people are like. Well, it's W. I was like, no, AEW's doing this as well. They pick and choose, but there are certain platforms that they don't really care. They care a little bit on YouTube, not on YouTube, on X. What they really get people at is YouTube
and Instagram.
And Instagram. They really get you on YouTube and Instagram. AEW really does. So that's what I'm saying. And it's sort of like it's just a wrestling thing from both those. And like I also mentioned this, and then we can go on to whatever to next. But I mentioned this in like our group, like in one of our group messages, that I think AEW is going to see how far WWE can go with this, and they are going to quickly follow suit.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And I think people need to wake up about that. That's one thing that both of them places will be in cahootsies with each other about, is that they are going to, I think as soon they will quickly follow. It's going to be a very quick 1-2 knockout. So I need like a lot of those people to like get your ducks in a row, and don't think you butting up to AEW and kissing their ass is gonna do much, because they're gonna do the same thing.
Pretty much, yep. I don't like the fact that they're trying to be cool and be like, oh yeah, we're letting you guys stream, and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, fuck you guys. And it's just, I don't know, I just, they realize that what they don't realize is that they are shooting themselves in the foot, because a lot of the time, especially right now, people don't want to be going to WWE Instagram and shit and giving them, what is it, like views on their Instagram posts and stuff. And I don't see what's wrong with it. People aren't claiming that it's theirs. Like they're doing what like Pitt would do. They were either sitting off screen talking about it, or they would do the split screen, or something like that. And it's just like y'all really just cut the nose off of something that was really big for you guys right now. But listen, they need to take that company back because I don't. If y'all are doing this to streamers, I don't want to see y'all using their shit, using their reaction, anything like that. Because the what if it was just some family channel that doesn't even do wrestling and they just posted something about their kids celebrating one of their favorite wrestlers and then they're not making money off of it or anything, but boom, their entire account's gone because they have 5 seconds of Obafemi and their kid like impersonating his little march thing he does. This is going to come back and bite them in the ass. I know it's going to, and I'm going to laugh when it happens because it couldn't happen to better people, to be honest with you.
I heard that they are supposed to be somebody thinks that the TKO is like running WWE in the ground on purpose, and then they're gonna sell it to somebody for cheap and get rid of it because they don't like the debt that it has. And I'm like,
well, then why did they buy it if they had the fucking debt in the first place? You goddamn idiots!
And also, I think that's like, that doesn't make sense when people try to use that conspiracy theory when low key, what's losing TKO money is the UFC. That's what's losing money.
That's what's moving money.
That's what and that's why I really wish wrestling fans would like really consume it's especially people who are specifically just WWE fans, which is the absolute worst, and I hate that I'm like one of those people. But and I don't mean that to like the casual like just WWE. I mean the people who only think like any like WWE is the only thing that like exists in the stratosphere. So anyways, like I saw some fucking tweet today was who said like, oh, argue with your mom, I don't care, we need to acknowledge that Logan Paul is a better wrestler than Kenny Omega.
Are you fucking on crack?
Okay, let's not.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
No,
so this is why this is the same, and that's why I'm saying this is the same strain of people.
That's just stupid.
It is. It's
I need a cigarette. I need a cigarette.
I was gonna like respond to the tweet, but I was like, I'm not doing that to myself.
It's a waste of time. It's just a waste.
Oh my god, what was I talking about? What was I fucking talking about?
That fucking Kenny Omega is inferior to fucking Logan Paul.
No, before that, because I was about to finish my point. Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
I'm getting old. I hate that. Oh my gosh. What was my point? Because I was going to finish making a point. Oh.
Okay, well, let's go back to where you started. You said you saw the tweet and the person said that Logan Paul was better than
the conversation we were having about like what were we talking like what
argue with your mom. Argue with your mom because I don't want to hear it.
We were talking about we were talking about the streaming and we were talking about WWE and AEW cutting down streamers. That was the conversation.
Okay. I don't even remember I was talking about that with it. Oh, who's losing money? That's what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. So when people are like that weird conspiracy that people try to say like, oh, well, TKO like hates WWE. They're doing this WWE because they're mad because they're like in debt and they're losing money. The UFC has been actively losing money for almost 2 years now.
Yep. They're bleeding.
They are actively, consistently losing money. Why do you think we see so many dumb interviews with Dana White now? You should never be able to get a dinner interview out of Dana White. You know why he's doing these interviews? Because he's fucking broke. They're broke because they hitch their shit so much to to all these shitty people and to into what's it called, into Trump, into like, and not
Yep.
like, and just being like weird. And so since they're not being neutral, and it's like, it's all the thing, it's like, yes, there are a lot of companies like, yes, playing your face, but when it comes to a sport, you need to be neutral. Like I am always like, I am one of, this is like one of those times like where I'm bipartisan. It's like when it comes to sports, you need to be neutral. I don't care at what fucking spectrum you're at that you believe in. I don't care. When it comes to sports, that's when, because it's a competition. That's where it needs to be completely left to the side. You're bringing that in, you're just ruining sport in general. So it just makes it like, it's like, it makes you disinterested.
Yep.
And then, like the people, and then like the fights he's booking, like the fights have been fucking shit. Like everything's shit. Like it's not good.
And then you don't
And
want
the
to pay
reason
him.
their
You don't want
fingers
to pay
are
him
in the reason their fingers are in WWE so freaking much
because it
because they're
makes
the
the
only
money.
ones making money.
It makes the money. Yep.
That's why they're so hands on, because they're so freaked out and they want to make sure that they're churning out money. They don't give a damn about UFC anymore.
But the dumb thing is, y'all
what
get
promotion
ready.
do you see the like that? I want people to real. When's the last time you seen promotion for a UFC fight? I never know when fights are half the time anymore because I feel like I never hear about it.
That wasn't some old UFC fighter fighting another older UFC fighter.
Yeah, because that's what they had to resort to now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. She not lying.
And I was talking to someone at my job who used, and I said this to Tiff last week too. I was talking to somebody at my job who was at one point a big UFC fan, and he stopped watching it after TKO came over, and he's like, "We saw the writing on the wall. They didn't give a shit, and so if they don't give a shit, why should I waste my time and money giving a shit about them?"
And you know what? It's not even that. It's just like you're hyper fixating on WWE so much so that you're gonna suffocate it and kill it. You need to let them do what they do. They know what they're doing. Let them do it. Some things are not going to hit the way you think it should. That's just, it's normal fare. It happens in wrestling. But you can't try to bring people into it like you did. Like prime example, how y'all operated with WrestleMania was ridiculous.
Oh my
You
God.
had a storyline. We waited 20 years for Cody and Randy to go at it, and you ruined it with fucking Pat McAfee. The focus was all on McAfee the entire feud. Why? We had enough with Randy. Randy could have did that all on his own. He didn't need another voice. He has plenty. I just didn't understand. Now Randy is nowhere to be found. Where the fuck is he? This man punted him in the head, had Cody's eye black for 2 fucking weeks. Cody looked like he got his ass whooped by 3 people. And you guys are like, yeah, so Randall's not here. We're not going to use Randall. Let's shoehorn Gunther over there. I want to understand. That's all.
They're shoving the same people down our throats fucking again.
I don't mind Gunther. I don't. But I feel like he's being used as a guinea pig. And I can't. Look, some people don't like Gunther. I think Gunther is very reminiscent of what old school wrestlers were like. He's not a lot of flash in the pan. He's very straightforward as to what he is and what he brings to the table. You can see that. You can hear that. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But my problem is give him an active shot. Don't bring him in here just to cause chaos. And then you don't really have anything going because you're not going to drop that title to him. I don't understand. It's not happening. So what are we doing? What's going on? What are you trying to do? If that's a better question, I guess you could say. What are we trying to do? Because I can make diamonds out of shit when it comes to WWE, but that just seems like you're trying to find something to have for Cody to do or someone for him to face off against until whoever you're ready to bring back in is ready to go. Kind of like what happened with Jade Cargill when Bianca went down. You get what I'm saying? Like they're not working efficiently and it's starting to get on my nerves. It's just getting on my nerves. But we're gonna move on if you guys are cool with that.
That's fine.
All right. So we got two mini stories when it comes to WWE, and then we'll move on to the last topic, which is like AEW stuff. So look,
Come on, y'all. What are y'all doing?
pardon the hubs. He's over here watching the game, and the Cavs are blowing this series against the Detroit Pistons. But anyways, Asuka is going part-time. She's semi-retired according to a lot of reports. And it looks like that seems to be true. Monday, she came back from Backlash and she gave EO all the respect in the world, told her she was looking for somebody to pass the torch to, and she found it in her. And she's very proud of her. She loves her, and she'll see her soon. And she grabbed her suitcase and she was gone. So it was a little sad because we all love Asuka, but Asuka's earned the right to be able to go home and live her life and do what she wants to do and be compensated for everything that she's contributed to wrestling in general. Okay. That woman is a true Renaissance woman. The things that she's done in her life, most people couldn't even imagine or think of. Okay. So she earned the right to be able to go home and sit down if that's what she want to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, if she's just going home to deal with some family stuff, it's her privacy. She has the right to it. And I mean this in the nicest way possible. But what does Asuka have left to prove to WWE? Woman is a multi-time decorated champion. And you know what? If she wants to hang up the boots, Asuka, this is wild. Asuka's only 4 years older than me, which is insane to think about. But she's done everything she's wanted to do, and if she needs to go home and take care of some stuff, let her do it. And I would just like to think Goldberg was hate watching Raw and seeing how people were reacting to her and Kyrie's match, or not Kyrie's, excuse me, her and Io's match at Backlash compared to his last match, and how people are like really upset over her doing what she needs to do, but being understandable. I just like Goldberg's like probably pissed off as fuck that she got a better send off than him.
He got the send off he wanted. That's
Yeah,
what
but
he
she got a better one.
Oh, bitch. Shit. He gets on my damn nerves. He cried more than the bitch too. Jesus. Calm the fuck down. Oh, weirdo.
What do you think? But if she wants to hang it up, she can hang it up. If she wants to semi-retire, I won't have a problem with it. But I want her to get the same respect that most of these guys who she could fucking wrestle or circles around when they come back and y'all get all excited for them. I want y'all to have that same energy for her.
Facts. Nicole, what you
So,
think?
I mean, I agree. I think Asuka has provided enough entertainment for everyone. And if she wants to be like Shinsuke, and oh my god, I really wish I found this tweet because this is the funniest. It was literally the funniest thing because it's obviously evil or Naru. I can't say it correctly now. Fire fucking name though.
It is a good name.
I know, and I heard when them saying it on calling the name like as they're calling match. I was like, ooh, I like how that sounds. That's good. That was a good
It's
choice.
good. It's
That
good.
was a
It's better
very
than
good
what they
choice.
thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Raging
I have
Knox.
not
That's
literally, and
great.
honestly, this is the first time in a while I did not see one complaint. I saw a couple, but once people found out what it means, they were like, you know what, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's as close as you're gonna get to evil.
Right.
So but anyways, but oh, so good. But yeah, honestly, for the tweet was something. It was like really funny, and it was something like there. Yeah, it's like AJ because Takashida's obviously it's reportedly like about to sign. I feel like he's already signed or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
I heard it
and I
too.
unfortunately also said that man's name incorrectly. I apologize. But it was basically like, AJ's like telling all these like New Japan people, because they're all fucking leaving that place. He was like, hey,
Yeah.
you go pop over here and
Go
like
to
retire, come
NXT
over
first.
here, retire. And he was like, you only got to give them one real good
Good run.
5-star Vanger. You only got to do it
Yep.
one time and you good. You only got to show up to work every once in a
Mhm.
while. He said, anytime I show up to work, I get a belt. And then,
Yep.
I got to do a little something. And then I go, and then, I
Oh,
drop it. Then I hang around for a second, for a little bit after I drop it. He said, and I go home. I go
that's
sign
facts
for
Yep.
6 months
though.
straight. That's dead ass what he does.
That's
And
true.
honestly, and I'm gonna let y'all know, specifically, European people retire very strangely. Anyone who's, and I mean like not all European, Japanese, and not even just Japanese and Asian people, they specifically retire very strangely. You have to ease them, especially it's like, and it's also that generation in general. You got to ease them into retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To them, this is retirement. Shinsuke working every 4 6 months, that's retirement. Normal us retirement is, obviously not doing a damn thing. That's how those people
Yeah.
retire. We just gotta, that's just how, and people are like, oh, why doesn't he? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, he's retired. Or like, Shinsuke's not retired. I'm like, he is retired.
Mhm.
You don't understand it. They will, it's like the only way they retire, retire, like no wrestle, is because their body literally cannot handle it.
That's why Great Muda was able to go as long as he had been.
And they literally physically cannot wrestle anymore. That's the only way you get a full on hard on retirement. So that is
Yep.
to say, she's like retired, semi-retired, whatever. She earned it. We don't need nothing else from that lady. I don't need nobody trying to like be like, blah, blah. There's no. What are you mad about? There's nothing for you to be mad about. Is
Right.
this how she wants to like semi be done or whatever, or fully be done? That's so what? That's what she wants.
Nothing wrong with that.
She's done enough. She has so many amazing accolades. She has an accolade that I don't think anybody will be breaking at all or anytime soon.
I agree.
So, can I get a little sentimental for my daughter real
Yeah.
quick when it comes to
And that's
Asuka?
all I really got to say about it. I can't with people trying to be up in arms about it online. I think it's fucking asinine.
I agree. Go ahead, Alexis.
So, my daughter loves Asuka. She has loved her since we started watching NXT, and that was NXT Asuka, like the undefeated. Everyone was scared of her. She loved her. She always loved her. And when we went to see a house show, remember those kids? You know what they used to do to make up for extra money? Um, we went
I,
to a house show. We went to a house show a couple of years ago, and one of the main events was a 6 woman tag match, and it was Bianca, Ivy, and Zelina Vega. And Zelina Vega is tiny because we saw her get out of her car. She is tiny. And there were that. And Harley was excited for Bianca. But then she heard Asuka's music hit. And that little girl, excuse me, that little girl got so excited. And she's pulling on my arm and she's like, Mom, it's Asuka. It's Asuka. And I'm like, I know. She goes, oh my God, Asuka and Bianca are fighting each other. Like, she got so excited over that. Like, she was so tickled. And Harley has always loved Asuka. And even when she was a heel, she got so upset when she found out Asuka was a heel now. And I'm like, oh, this is her first time, her first face turning into a heel. Sorry, kiddo, it's bound to happen. And it's just like knowing what she did in Japan and how she came over to the States and how she's literally a generational talent. She is probably one of the best women wrestlers to ever lace up a pair of boots, best wrestler to ever lace up a pair of boots, period. And my daughter just loves her to bits. And I told her today that, Asuka's got to go back to Japan and take care of some stuff. And she goes, well, I hope she knows, and this almost looks like it made me cry. It almost gonna make me cry now. She goes, I hope she knows how much people love her and will never forget about her.
Aww.
And when I almost fucking cried, man. Because sometimes you forget shit that, like, with what TKO's doing and all that, you forget that it's moments like this is why we stay watching this stuff. Because she's never going to forget Asuka. She found out about Asuka when she was 4. She's 11 now. So she got an attachment to her, like her first wrestler. She bought me her NXT figure for Christmas that year when we both got into her. And so it's just like she does not need to do, say, or prove anything because she is one of the fucking best. And if y'all want to shit on her name, you don't have to worry about me. You have to worry about my daughter coming for your ass.
Uh-oh, Spadudios.
She will take a bitch out.
That is crazy. All right. So final WWE stuff is going to be Teddy Long. So what people were speculating about or like hollering and screaming about was that Teddy Long was coming back to WWE to take over SmackDown, and Nick Aldis is going to lace back up the boots and go back into wrestling. I have not seen anything on WWE side to confirm or deny this, but what I did see is that Teddy Long is going to show up at Major League Wrestling. This is happening in Atlanta. So they're having a taping. Let me pull it up so you guys can see it. They're having a taping on Saturday. It was March 14th is when they had the taping, and Teddy Long showed up there, and he was talking and everything, and that's where a lot of the speculation came from because he showed up here, and then they were like, oh, well, he must be coming back into stuff, and then fans have been speculating that Nick Aldis is going to step down from general manager, and he's going to end up giving the job back to Teddy Long. I don't think that's happening, honestly. I think that's just like fan speculation that's been spreading around for a little while. But that is where the Teddy Long rumor came from. That's how it got legs and spread. It was back in March that he showed up at the Atlanta show. And then they were like, oh, okay. So they just started spreading this rumor about Nick Aldis stepping down and him taking over. I've yet to find a credible source for this, and this is just a rumor that's going around. Me personally, I don't want to see Teddy Long as general manager. Am I the only one here?
No, because I was wondering that too, where I'm like, Nick's not doing that bad of a job, so why would they replace him?
Babes, I don't know. Even if he wanted to step down to wrestle again, like replace him with somebody who fits the current regime of where you're going. And it's no shade to Teddy Long, but he's had his time. And that's it. That's all.
I just think it was weird.
It's a weird rumor. It's very, very, very weird. We're gonna move on. We're moving into AEW territory. Okay, AEW has got two things going right now. One of them is that they had to lay off their entire merch team. From what I was able to find, I went to F4W online to their website to see exactly what was happening. And it says that the relationship between AEW and Jazzwares appears to have ended. And according to a new report from the wrestling figure collector, Kyle Peterson, he said he got word late Friday, unfortunately, that the entire AEW Jazzwares team over there at Jazzwares was laid off on Friday. And it says that they've been working together since 2020, and the initial release of the Unrivaled collection, this was first announced in February of that year and then got released later in the year. And then there were a few different collections released after that, including the Vault, Supreme, and then the Unmatched. Now, according to the Wrestling Figure Database, there are still some unreleased figures that have never made it to full production. And they say over here at F4W Online that they haven't heard anything from the company regarding the toy line, or whether or not AEW will be getting a different supplier going forward. Now, from what I heard in terms of their pro wrestling tees alignment, that was part of the reason, and they cut ties with pro wrestling tees. I'm not sure 1000%.
I was very surprised by that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm still very surprised by that.
So I keep seeing that this is like a really, really big rumor, but then pro wrestling came out, they responded to this. Pro Wrestling Tees then came out and responded and said, the person who made the Reddit post circulating has no knowledge of our business. Nothing on that post is true, except that we are unfortunately told that some of our contracted designers that we would not need them for as many AEW designs anymore. Some of the AEW designers are still contracted. Nothing has changed otherwise, and we are still fulfilling merchandise for AEW. So that's what I was saying. I hadn't seen anything from AEW confirming that this was over. And when I found the Pro Wrestling Tees response to it, I was like, okay, well, it sounds like somebody heard about some of the designers getting laid off, and they were like, okay, they just ran with it, the whole story. So it looks like they still have some designers for PWT, but they don't have the full staff that they used to have, and they claim they just don't need them anymore. And Pro Wrestling Tees says they're still making merch for them. They're still their supplier. So there's that story. Okay. This is why I say you must read, children. You have to continue to look, because usually you'll keep finding it. Now, hold tight. All right. So, last story for AEW is this lawsuit that they have with Triller. Okay. So, let me break it down for y'all so you can understand what's going on here. Now, I went to postwrestling.com to get the full story of it, because I only knew that they were streaming on Triller, but they didn't have a clear understanding of what the issue was. But it says AEW has filed a lawsuit against Triller TV and its parent company, Triller Group Incorporated. It alleges that the streaming platform owes Tony Khan's wrestling company just under $5 million in unpaid revenue from AEW pay-per-view sales and from proceeds for the now discounted AEW Plus subscription service. AEW's lawsuit was filed on April 29th in Duval County Court in Florida. The legal complaint alleges Triller TV's parent company used AEW-derived revenues to fund their businesses, including a social media platform that never took off, rather than paying AEW what it was owed. And here's what it says. Triller Group's strategy of robbing revenues generated by Triller TV's distribution of AEW content to cover other of defendants' operating expenses, much of which was spent on social media platform Endeavor, negatively impacted its relationship with and payments owed to AEW. According to AEW's attorneys, they wrote that in the lawsuit. It says a few weeks later, before AEW filed its lawsuit, a separate lawsuit was brought by Triller TV itself against its own parent company.
When did Anthony Bowens get in the ops?
Oh yeah, they Marjorie sent it in the group chat that he joined the ops. He sent it last week, I think.
Where the fuck is Hook?
I don't.
Where's Joe? Is Joe back yet?
Yeah, he's the leader of the ops. That's what I'm
there.
I
saying.
think he's
still out.
Yeah, me too.
Then it says the two cases reading together reveal a more complete picture of Triller's financial and corporate troubles, which have also been evident from regulatory filings over the last 12 months. Flips Media Incorporated, the corporate entity underlying Triller TV, told Delaware Chancery Court that the company is insolvent, meaning it's unable to pay its debts. Flip says the company lacks a board of directors, a fact that prevents it from filing for bankruptcy. Flips is asking the court to declare that its officers are its board of directors, so Flips can consider whether bankruptcy is in the best interest of the company and its creditors. To make this more easy for you to understand, they basically are saying in a long post that they took the content, they took the money from the content that AEW produced and they reinvested it back in their company without AEW's knowledge. They did not pay them, they just took their money. AEW drove content up 24% for all of Triller Group revenue in 2024, according to the SEC filing that Triller Group filed. And that's nearly a quarter of their revenue for the entire merged company. Okay. The lawsuit also revealed how net revenues happened after sales tax and app store fees with Triller were divided. Court documents submitted by AEW's attorneys indicate that AEW was due 75% of the net revenue from domestic pay-per-view sales, 65% of the net revenue from international sales. That was a split established in mid-2019. Excuse me. Before that, for AEW's earliest pay-per-views, the net revenues were shared 50-50. For AEW Plus, the wrestling company got 60% of the net revenue, with Triller getting the other 40%. So they're saying that they exploited the gap in timing between the point of sale and when payments to AEW were due. They said that they sent written demands for payment to Triller, to which they ignored. They sent these demands in January and of March of this year, and they sent a legal demand letter in this year on April, showing that AEW's outside counsel was claiming $4.9 million in payments that were owed by Triller, and that the amount is continuing to accrue interest at a rate of 2% per month in accordance with the contract which has been filed in the case.
I just
Ooh, Shirley, y'all just gotta
pay
wrap it
people
up.
their fucking money. Jesus fucking
They don't
Christ!
have
Why is
it.
this so hard?
They
Where to go?
don't have it.
I just want to know, because I know we talked about this in a couple shows, like probably a couple years ago or so. Who the fuck is running these books? Because we were talking about this, not to bring back WWE, but it's when Hunter came out and said, "I have no idea what's going on with our finances," and Nicole flipped her shit. who is running y'all's bank account? Because like I'm checking mine every hour, even if I don't spend money. I'm like, you know what? Let me just double check and make sure everything's okay. You know, like what?
You know
You're a
what it is?
multi-million dollar.
It's not hard for corporate entities to operate, and they operate at a deficit. Look at what happened with Spirit Airlines. Spirit Airlines has been tanking since 2020. They had literally no money. They were cash poor. They rented 166 planes. They owned only 48 of them. They were renting planes at $326,000 per plane. Okay? That is millions of dollars they're spending on just planes. And as soon as the Iran war hit, that caused them to not be able to operate because fuel costs went through the roof. They couldn't afford to fuel the goddamn planes. They filed for bankruptcy twice. Once in November and then turned around a few months later and filed again. There's no way that they were going to be able to survive in the Iran war like that. There's no way. People forget that most businesses have debt. They have large amounts of debt. We're talking millions of dollars in debt. Okay. They have to leverage said debt in order to get loans or to make money. It's the only way that some businesses can stay in operation. Others, it's all in how well they maintain the debt. Okay. I'll put it to you this way. Donald Trump has filed for bankruptcy, I know for a fact, at least 5 times. He filed for bankruptcy for his failed casinos. He filed for bankruptcy for his Trump stakes. He filed for Trump University. He filed for bankruptcy in several of his real estate businesses. He has not had a successful business outside of real estate. And the only way he maintains that is by licensing the Trump name. Okay. He failed at this damn Trump phone that he's been selling. These people are not getting their money. Some people have paid over $100 to $500 in deposits for this Trump phone. They haven't sent out the phones. They're not going to. The terms and conditions on their website says they don't have to adhere to giving you a product if you haven't paid for it yet. And technically, because you put down a deposit, you didn't pay for a product yet. He sold those Trump gold sneakers. They didn't do anything. He's got merchandise and all this other shit, and everything is being made in China. He's pumping it out at vast rates. He doesn't have any real business acumen, but he knows the laws well enough to where he can leverage his debt to be able to continue to take out loans. He has a decent enough business with the real estate and that licensing of his name to be able to say, hey, I'm doing well over here. We can back it here and I can pay you back on the front end. The bank will say, cool, we got you. The business world is very separate from personal finance. It's a different beast. Just about everything that man owns, I guarantee you, is in his business's name. Why? Because he doesn't have to pay a lot of taxes on that shit. The tax laws vary by your business and the corporations. They're able to do a lot of shit under the guise of the corporation.
I'll also use this example to help you guys out. I saw a TikTok of Kylie Jenner doing her makeup on her PJ, taking a 24-hour trip to New York. We all know, obviously, she went to the Knicks game, blah, 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 blah. But in that TikTok, she uses her new face primer that's not out yet. So her trip flying all the way from fucking Calabasas to New York to go see her man for fucking 20-some hours is going to get written off, can get written off as a business expense because she was showing a new product.
Yep.
Who's still using Kylie Cosmetics in 2026?
Oh, girl, you'd be surprised.
Really?
You'd be surprised. You would be surprised.
Ew.
You would be so surprised.
It's shocking,
Gross.
honestly.
You would be surprised. I'm so serious. Her sales ain't dipped that much. People still buy them damn lip kits.
Shouldn't they be expired by now? I don't know.
No, she make new products, babe. She keeps her inventory together. People still buy it, and she's got a massive following. Even some of the generations after us, they look to her because she's a younger girl. She's gonna get a lot of people looking at her Instagram and everything, wanting to know what she's doing. And there
There's
it's not.
there's
Go ahead.
one thing I'll give Kylie Jenner. She does know how to do makeup well.
Yeah.
She's always known how to do makeup well. I'll give her something. Like she can do makeup well, like how Alabama Barker can do hair.
Oh yeah, she can lay a wig now. I'll give her that. She learned from YouTube University like the rest of us. But she
She
did
low
good.
key
She
needs
did
to
good,
she
kid.
low key needs to open up a beauty line.
Yeah.
If we're being dead
Can sell some
ass.
shit. She can sell some shit.
But also she knows how to do it. Like that's where she's missing her calling out, not gonna lie. Ryan is strong looks so fucking old. Oh my god.
I hate to tell you this, but it's just easy. It's easier if you have a business and it's a running business and you're actually operating it and you're not, being shady with it. You're going to run your business, and most of the time what they'll tell you is if you get a new car, put it in your business's name.
Yeah.
The more you pay on it, the better your business credit will be. You get, you have an office in your home and you have a business, you report your office on your taxes. If you have inventory from your business, products you keep in your home, you got to report that when you file for your taxes. If you got, because like for me, the way I operate and how I use it, I have I write off, you write off your everything you use for the business, you write it off on your taxes. Subscriptions. So that is if I use Pixart, if I'm using Chat GPT, if you're using any type of AI app to edit videos and you have like a brand business, like if you're a content creator and you're doing something and you're like, okay, I have a business that I've opened, I've got an LLC for it, and I need to be able to report my taxes. Cool. You can write off your cell phone. You use your cell phone every day. You write off your office in your house. If you use an office to film content, that's your office. It has to be used exclusively for content, but do with that what you will. If you want to write off your vehicle, you can because you use your vehicle to do that. You're eating lunch every day. Some people write off the lunches that they eat as business expenses. Okay. As long as you got the receipt, you can write that off. You can write off if you're a beauty content creator, every piece of makeup you buy, every fucking nail video you do, everything that you do in regards to beauty, you can write that shit off as a business expense because it contributes to the business. And you're going to get that money back. You're going to get a piece of it back because you've contributed, you've reinvested to your business. That is exactly what they're doing. They took the money from AEW's earnings, and instead of paying AEW the money they rightfully earned, they took it and reinvested it back in Triller, thinking that this app is going to blow up, they're going to make money, and then they'll be able to pay AEW back on the back end. That didn't happen. The app folded on itself, and Triller itself ended up losing hella revenue, especially when Versus left and they stopped streaming on Triller. Okay, the fight stopped streaming on Triller, because that's what was keeping it afloat, was the fights and the verses being over there. And there are other wrestling promotions that were over on Fight when it was Fight TV before they switched over to Triller. So they're able to do it because it's kind of like, it's like a Ponzi scheme. You're telling these investors, hey, I got this big investment, I can do it, I can invest for you. And you're like, cool, how much do you need? Oh, you give me 100,000, I can invest this and flip it to $1 million. All right, awesome. So you're giving this person $100,000. He collects another $100,000 from 5 other people. He goes and takes it and lives his life off of it. He then cons 6 more people into giving him maybe $200,000. That way he can give the first set of investors, hey, you made some money back this week on your investment. Here's $100,000. Wow, I made my money back. This is great. I can keep making money. What happens? They're going to reinvest again because they think they'll double their money if they reinvest again. He's just going to take it and pocket it and keep conning the next set of people. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul until you can't. And that's when most Ponzi schemes hit the fan. That's exactly what happened here. They got caught and they couldn't handle the payouts. They don't even have a board of directors, which baffles me.
That don't make no sense to me. Who the fuck is running shit?
That's what I'm saying.
You're a full-blown company and you don't have a board of directors? That's a load of shit to me. I think that's I think they're lying.
They said they don't have no board and they need a judge to declare the chief officers aboard so that they can go ahead and do what they need to do to declare the bankruptcy.
No, because they playing too much. Businesses play. They playing too much. But we gotta shut it down. Y'all gotta get shut down. We're not letting you revamp and rename this shit something else in 6 months. Y'all need to go to fucking jail. That is crazy. To do what you gotta do. What?
Yep.
No board of directors?
No board, babes. No board.
Oh, these people are lying.
This is nuts. I've never seen anything like this before in my life. I would have run from this immediately. This seems very fishy to begin with. But anyways,
they need to sue them for more. What is it? Only $5 million?
Yeah, they're suing them for $5 million.
Nah, you play on our money and you lying? No. You owe me a smooth 100.
So that's it. Now the last little piece of info we got for y'all is 2. We got Lucha Underground. Lucha Underground is coming back, but it's not coming back as a new promotion. They are coming back in syndication. Okay. Now, I thought that they were coming back in full force, but they're coming back in syndication.
But
we have to think about it. It could have been in some very evil hands.
Yeah. But it's owned by its own company. It's not like it's Lucha Underground and this isn't owned by them. It's owned by them. The filing is under Lucha Underground LLC. Okay, it's by them. Now, from what I see, the series seems to be available on their website. I don't see where it's actually streamed. Yeah, it is up on their website. You can watch it currently on their website on luchaunderground.com. They have all 4 seasons up there, so you guys can see everything. And it has everybody. It's got Prince Puma, it's got Pena, it has Io Sky over there, and some of your favorite wrestlers will pop up over on Lucha Underground before it ended. but they
I'm
sold
gonna
out of
say
all
this
their
to you
merch.
guys. If you're a wrestling fan and you have never watched Lucha Underground yet, or you're just now hearing about it,
Watch it.
please do yourself a service. Go watch it. Um, it's not only is it fantastic, it's honestly a very important chunk of modern wrestling history, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Lucha Underground helped shape current wrestling as it is as a whole.
Okay.
So
So
it's
I don't mean to
very
cut you all
important.
off, but for full transparency, they do have it up on streaming. You can watch it on Roku, Pluto TV, which I think Pluto is
What?
free. Is Pluto free?
Hold on. It is
Yeah,
free.
Pluto's
Oh
free.
my god. Oh my
Pluto
god.
TV is free. It's up
What?
on
What?
I have a Roku. I'm
Dude.
about to go look at about
She's
to
going to watch it.
no.
It's up on
If New Day also, what the fuck would New Day even be called?
That's what I asked.
And I'm not even trying to be shady, but I'm like, what are
That's what I
Bad
asked. What is their
Day?
name?
I don't
Uh,
know.
Nicole,
brand
please.
new, brand new day.
Oh no, they would
I
no,
mean,
they would probably hit them with the lawsuit. They
brand
might.
new day kind of it. They can't really do nothing about that. They can't. They can't. What they call them?
Daryl asked,
B.
Daryl,
B.
Daryl asked me if Big E was going with him. I said no, and he goes,
Oh,
"Oh,
Biggie.
but
Biggie's retired and making his coin. He happy. And I think he was happy for them walking away. It's just they ain't giving what they asked for. But you can watch Lucha Underground on Roku, Pluto TV, Plex, Direct TV, and Prime Video. It's up on Prime Video.
Okay, so I just did real groundwork research because I have a Roku TV. So Lucha Underground does show up. It technically does show up on Roku TV. But from what I'm seeing so far, AAA is on Pluto.
So,
Lucha Underground is only showing up still. I don't know if they haven't updated yet. It's still only showing up on Prime and Apple TV for some odd reason. I have Apple TV, so I'm gonna investigate this a little bit more
I'm gonna
because
see
I'm not
if
paying for
it's
this,
free.
even though
Yeah,
this is
I
a
want to
dollar
see if it's
99.
free. I
Sorry to
think
pay
it
for this
is.
nasty app that I don't want, but that's how I
Yeah,
have
you
to
gotta
watch
pay for
Formula
it.
One.
You have to pay for Lucha Underground, and you have to pay by episode or by season. Yeesh.
Ooh,
On Prime
yeah.
Video.
It's
no."
looking like the same thing. So what's $2.99?
The
So
episode is
See,
I'm
oh
$2.99.
hell no.
The
they're
episode
on
is
you.
$2.99.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, this
Last
They
is
time I
might pull
yeah.
checked.
that
Go on
shit
YouTube.
down.
That's crazy.
Let's see.
Ooh, they got the
Yeah,
drama
okay.
on here. Ooh, okay. Hold on a second.
So you can, if you
What?
watch it on their website, you could they have their YouTube, but it's you can pull it straight from their website and watch the full episode. I think.
Oh, Apple TV finally got some good shit on here. They got the drama on here. I want to watch that. I feel like that was like just in a movie theater.
Oh.
They got fucking that. I'm definitely watching this new Ready or Not because I really love that for the first one. Oh, I'm not buying that movie. You got me fucked up. How is the drama? How is the drama? Okay, I'm not buying that. JK, you gotta buy these movies.
Yeah.
Oh
Uh-uh.
hell no. Never mind.
Okay,
You flopping again, Apple TV.
I might invest in this Underground. To the streaming of it, to like I won't like show people what I'm watching, but I might watch this. I really want to watch this.
Oh, never mind. I was in the store section, but still, I ain't doing all that.
I really want to watch.
Is the Cavs game on?
Yeah, they down 5 right now.
Oh, Jesus.
They were struggling. Like,
Still are.
when we still struggling, if they don't get this pulled together, they're gonna beat our ass. They've been beating us up this whole series.
Mobley is playing lazy. He only got like 5 points.
I can't have y'all lose because I will never hear it from anybody over here.
Right, especially Detroit. Not to Detroit.
Yeah, I would never hear the end of it.
I'm like, okay, look. So here's what I'm gonna do, and then we're gonna get out of here. Okay. I might buy Lucha Underground.
If I can low key
YouTube.
write it off as a business expense, I would consider it.
I would do it.
I might do it.
Because
I'm low key. I'm about to try to write off. I'm gonna try to write off this fucking Apple TV as a business expense.
I mean, that ass.
Because I don't like this shit.
Shit. Oh, I don't know. I feel like.
Ooh, these Triangle and Madness girls is wild. She got missed?
No, God.
Who?
Julia, when did that bitch get started? Missed it, people. Is this new?
That makes sense. That makes sense. Honestly, it makes sense.
I haven't been watching AEW or keeping up enough with Julia to say yes or no.
It makes sense to me. I think she should have been this.
Good shot. Let's go, Harden.
Well, y'all, listen. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I hope y'all learned something new. And we try to make sure we give y'all accurate information and not just go off of what other people are saying. I'm gonna read it and show and tell you what it says. All right. So I encourage you all to read. Go get some books and read. It's gonna help so you can better understand what you're reading and what you're looking at on the internet. A lot of times you just gotta dig a little deeper so you can get the truth. With that being said, go get the subscription. Go get the episodes of Lucha Underground. Change your life. Because I'm gonna do it. I got to. I have to see it. I'm probably gonna react to it because I gotta see it. Okay. We get ready to get out of here. We'll see y'all next week. Hopefully, I'll be able to get Midwest Melodyne Mafia next week. I'm not sure.
At least we got days now. We're making progress, y'all. We're trying.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We're making progress with it.
Does reading smuts count? No. No, it does not. Go read something that's going to stimulate the brain, not your other parts. You nasty.
Hey.
Anyway, shut up. Anyway.
No.
Alexis, remember, we're millennials. We do not discuss if we still read fan fiction. You know, we are a proper society. We know we do not acknowledge that. That's one of the few things. That's one of the few. That's one of the few boomer. That's one of the few boomer aspects that we took a hold on, and that's fine. So we have to stick to it. That's the one thing we're a boomer about.
Tell her.
Nobody's business. No.
Y'all want to see my Tumblr stash?
No, we don't talk about it.
Have a good night, everybody.
Really good one.
Bye.